welcome to the Journey Success Stories podcast. I'm Jennifer Shuffle, your host, and today I am with Jill McCarthy. She is with Adventure Bright. She is the founder and president. Welcome, Jill.
Jennifer, it is wonderful to be here. Thank you for the invite and having me on.
Absolutely. So, of course, today we will be talking about her business, how she got to business ownership, some of the challenges and best practices along the way. So, of course, if you guys love the show, which of course you're going to, you need to make sure that you like and subscribe so that then you can get notifications whenever conversations like this one also drop. Because I know Jill's going to have some really great nuggets along the way today. So, of course, Jill, welcome to the show. Thank you for being here. I would love for you to take a minute and just introduce yourself, kind of about that journey, but even more so about Adventure Bright.
Wonderful. Yes, I am very excited that Adventure Bright is 7.5 years old. It was birthed in my kitchen with a big post-it notes. That's how it came about. So January 2018, I was at a crossroads, and I'm from the insurance business. I'm from employee benefits and have loved my time. I would say that is really where I cut my teeth and found out what I love. And what I love is people and process. So I love being able to untap and uncover the potential in people and then help them with their business, whether they are in a business that they own or in a business that they're working with. So how can they untap that potential and then use it to excel, to propel themselves into the level that they want? I started off in 2018, and when I was sitting there in my kitchen with all these huge post-it notes, I was like, what am I going to do? And I wrote down a whole bunch of things. I'm a big person, and any of my clients know that I always use the frame brain dump. Just get it down on paper.
Yes.
Doesn't need to be pretty, doesn't need to be formatted, but a stream of consciousness. And I wrote down everything that I loved, everything that I was really good at. And so it actually started out as an organization, a company that was going to help all of the startups here in Cincinnati operationalize. And I found quickly that they didn't have any funds or interest in doing that.
Yeah.
And you have to go where the market wants you. So I had a conversation with a dear friend and mentor talking about being repeatable, scaling, understanding that right from the beginning. Because there is me, I do have a team, but I am the one who is out front. So how can I maximize my time and maximize to what my clients are receiving?
Right.
And I was introduced to Clifton Strengths in 2012. That is an assessment that identifies out of 34 talent themes, ranks them of what you do really, really well. I've enjoyed that assessment and this psychology because number one, it's positive, and number two, it has words that we can relate to. So I am a relator, I am individualization, learner, futuristic, intellection, and that helps me understand who I am, what are my natural talents, and then how can I use them?
Yes. Yes. So, Strengths Finders is so important. I love the assessment because it's all about leveraging your strengths. Because if you put 80% effort into your weaknesses, what happens, Jill?
You still have them. You
You're
still
not
have
as
them.
successful because it's hard, because it's not
Yes.
your organic self.
No, and you feel exhausted. I think that is one of the biggest clues is the feel of energy. If you have like excitement, if you're in that flow, if you have great satisfaction and things come easy, you are in your zone. And that is the zone that you need to play in. If you are in that zone where you're feeling exhausted and tired and drained on a regular basis, we can all have good days and bad days. And as I tell my clients, I'm like, just because you have a strength here doesn't absolve you from other parts of your job. Like, we have to make sure that we are, a team player. But if you're in that position, though, that you're feeling consistently not having those glimpses of excellence or flow or ease, it would be something to consider of where is your energy going and what do you like and what you don't like.
Yeah, yeah, completely agree. So, being able to leverage, of course, this assessment when working with other people and really taking you to that next step or place that you're really wanting to be, because it's now a way that you can leverage it to level up. So, if we even thought about your business, where do you see yourself 5 years from now as far as the business and where you want it to be based off your strengths?
I love that. So, I want to keep doing what I'm doing. So, 5 years from now, I want to still be working with people, individuals, and clients in companies. And I want to have more clients, amazing clients, people that I would say that's probably one of the biggest ahas I've had in the last couple of years. As far as an entrepreneur, you're out there and you're doing business development and you're getting your clients. And then there's that turn where you want to work with people that want to work with you and that you enjoy working with because they're taking the information, they're using it, they're absorbing it, and they're really making it work for them and for their teams.
Absolutely. So, if I were to create an avatar of your ideal client, tell me who or what would this person or company or business, what would it be? What would it look like?
So I don't think it's, so I love working with women. I absolutely love working with women on any stage of their life. Um, my particular soft spot, I would say, is women who are at that cusp of getting to the table. They want the invite to the table. So they've already been in the entry level, they've cut their teeth, and they want that recognition. So I love working with those women who are they don't even realize their potential yet, and they're just about to just explode on the scene. As far as companies, I like working with leaders who want their team to succeed. So the holistic leader that says, all right, we have an issue. It could be communication or connection, collaboration, whatever challenge that they're facing, and that they can identify that they want to make sure that their team is really important and
Yeah.
that this challenge is important to solve.
Yes. Well said. So, when I'm out and I'm thinking about, oh my gosh, this will be a great person for Jill, what kind of roadblocks, though, do you kind of see as far as like getting to those people and really getting in front of them so that then you can be there and take them to that next level that you're really foreseeing for them?
Great question. Couple of things that I see immediately is number one, I love managers. Loved being a manager, loved working with managers. And the fact that COVID changed things. We're in a different world. And so if you have a manager that is a new manager, I love working with them because they might not know what they don't know yet. So coming from an individual contributor role, and then you're moving into a manager of people, it's a whole different world.
Yeah.
And sometimes there's not a roadmap to help that person succeed or to also help that person have a safe space to say, I don't know if I'm doing this correctly because they want to put their best foot forward in front of their team.
Yeah.
The other person I like working with is a manager who's been a manager for a really long time and they have a new team. Maybe it's everybody's remote or it's hybrid. And so they're dealing with the what we have today, the environment that we've created, since COVID. And that can be challenging for people.
Hmm. So, what do you think is the biggest roadblock of you getting with those people that you love to take to the next level?
Funny that you said that because I've been talking. It's exposure. And
Yeah.
so I appreciate this. It's exposure. It's having that. I don't have You can't come to 1512 Main Street. So, marketing is like, all right. I kind of feel like that I'm it's like in a black hole, and there's the stars that goes by. Did somebody see that star that I shot through there? So I would say that's probably the biggest roadblock is exposure.
Yeah. Yeah. So, if you were to narrow down, what is the number one thing that the business has allowed you to do as a business owner?
It allows me to work in my strength zone. It allows me to do absolutely everything that I love, and I love helping people. I started off thinking that I wanted to be an emergency room doctor. So I've always had that notion of healing people. And I realized that my healing, my help, my assistance, my support, my guidance comes from really listening to people and helping them unscramble the scribble or kind of make sense of the chaos and give them
Mhm.
some clarity, give them some light, give them some a path open.
Nice. So, do you think it's more, has it allowed you to have more money than you ever thought was possible before? Or is it more just that community aspect and bringing others together?
There's definitely freedom as far as like flexibility. But a couple of years ago, I was sitting on the beach in Jamaica, and I am on a family vacation. My son is playing on the beach with his cousin, and my brother was there, and my mom was there, and I was away from the beach at a table working on my computer. And I realized at that point, as amazing as that scenario was, there was something really wrong. And I'm like, I did not work this hard to only work and not have fun. So it was a huge lesson that I learned to be able to balance my own time and to also create some boundaries as well.
Yeah. So, what does that mean to you personally?
Creating boundaries or
Well, being able to be present, have the boundaries, to even know I have to have these boundaries and the awareness. Like, there's so much because that moment, even though it was like that little snapshot, it really made you reestablish, what does this look like? But what does it mean to you personally to not only have the boundaries, to be present in the moment, like all the things, and have that flexibility? What does it mean to you?
I say this a lot with clients, and I've said this a lot for my own life. I'm owning it. I'm owning my life. I'm owning my decisions, and I'm the master of it. I'm the conductor of my business where I get to say what do I give out and then what also comes in as well.
Awesome. So, of course, this is going to bring me to, well, what would that exit strategy look like? Because if Jill is the business,
Mhm.
what
I
does
was
that?
just talking to my mentor the other day. We were talking about a variety of different things. At the moment, I don't see an exit strategy. I don't see myself as retiring somewhere. I want to keep evolving. I have met a few people just recently where I was like, oh, that might be an interesting partnership. Or I could see myself coaching and working with that person as well. And I think that would probably be um, the next level of Adventure Bright is some strong partnerships and collaborations with some other organizations.
Very cool. Ah, that's so great to hear. So, what has been your approach to goal setting?
Um, so very interesting. I would say my goal setting is I have done various different things in my life and gotten a lot of different educations and knowledge, and it's never worked out for me. And I've always felt a little like frustrated. How come I can't think of that 10-year plan, or where will I be in, 12 months exactly from today? So I actually developed a program to help with this, and it's called PATH. So it is focusing on purpose, action, time, and honor. So my goal setting, my purpose, I chunk it up into smaller bits. So maybe I have a purpose this summer, or I have the purpose for the rest of the year. So I've really kind of narrowed in on that. And then I look at what are my strengths, what are my natural talents, and how am I going to get that done? How am I going to achieve that? One
Nice.
of we started off in 2025, and I had get out. That is exactly what my goal was, is get out into the community. I've had a lovely, successful business virtually and speaking to people all across the world and in various time zones. Now that COVID is, subsided, it's time to get back out into the community, come back into Cincinnati, and it's been amazing. So that has been my goal for 2025, and I'm working on my path.
Ah, great. So, one of the things that you mentioned, and you just kind of like glimpsed right over it, is working internationally. Tell me more.
Oh, it was lovely. I was part of a global think tank in 2021 called the House of Beautiful Business. They started out of Berlin, and every year they have an annual conference. Their focus is how do you make business more beautiful? So in 2021, I worked with 20 different collaborators internationally, and we worked on a project called The Ingredients of a Beautiful Work Life. So it was lovely to be able to survey, work with people, and then we got to present in Portugal at the annual conference.
Nice. So, what has been your absolute favorite place that you have ever traveled to?
Ooh, favorite place. I would say right now, my favorite place is Lisbon.
Okay, tell me more. Why?
It was it was not on my list. I love
Mhm.
France. I love Paris. I could go back there anytime. I love New York. And I have a whole list of, travel that I want to do. And Portugal was never on that list. I arrived there and I was like, wow, this is such a mix and such a beautiful hybrid of so many different cultures and languages. And it's a merchant town. And it just had so much excitement and mystery and intrigue.
Ooh, very nice. So, it has been on my list. But now that you're talking about this, I need to prioritize it, I think, a little bit more. So I have a couple of rapid fire questions. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Excellent. All right. What is the key to success for you?
The key to success for me is being present. It's
Mm,
really taking that quiet time to think. So, one of my talent themes is intellection. It's a strategic theme. And one of the favorite things to do is have a 3-hour dinner with wonderful food and great, drinks, wine included, and having that intellectual conversation. The other part of that, though, is I actually need time to think and time to be alone. So when a lot of stuff is coming at me in a rapid fire way, I need that time to be present and to really work in my mind what I want to do next.
excellent. Yes. I can definitely get into a nice 3 hour dinner, no strings attached, just enjoying the moment and just
Mhm.
being present. It's the best feeling. So, what is your one piece of advice that you would give to other business owners?
Do what you do best, and the things that you don't do best, give it to somebody else.
Well said. Yes. All right. What is a book or a podcast that you're listening or reading right now?
Never Split the Difference by Chris Voss is on my Audible rotation frequently, and I'm actually not a very good repeater.
So, okay, I have to do this. Why is it one that you listen to often?
So it really helped me out in business. Um, in the conversation that we had is that I feel like the negotiation or learning some of those
Mm,
tenants, I would say, wasn't taught for me. So this helped me really understand it and understand the psychology behind it and really giving me confidence in my business and how I deal with contract negotiations or any other relationships particularly.
yeah. Yeah. So, have you ever listened to or read Change Your Questions, Change Your Life? It's by Marley Adams.
No, but I am going to add that to my list.
It is such a good book. I think you'll love it. So, okay, so here's a fun question for you. If you could take some, let's make it pixie dust, just because it's fun, and sprinkle it over one part of the business, what would it be?
Oh, I was bringing it over business development. That all of the seeds that I've planted this year and last year, that the garden is, flourishing.
Excellent. Yes. So you're going to put some Miracle Grow on that.
Absolutely. And have big, beautiful bouquets.
Ah, I'll come and get one. That sounds great.
Perfect.
All right. So before we get to the final question of today, unfortunately, because this has been such a blast, Jill, how can people get a hold of you and learn more?
Absolutely. The best way to contact me, email me, Jill@adventurebright.com. And it's adventure and then bright is BRIGHT.com. You can also go to my website, adventurebright.com, which is very easy. And then I'm also on LinkedIn. So Jill McCarthy.
Yes. And that is how we were able to link up with one another, is also through LinkedIn. So, before we, of course, go into the final question of the day, is there anything that you would love to add and maybe that we didn't touch on that you want to let the audience know about you or your route to business ownership?
So even though I am a Clifton Strengths coach
Mhm.
and I have over 1,000 assessments underneath my belt, and I've worked with many different departments and industries, what I really love to do is I use that as the foundation, but then I've created some other programs that wrap
Mm.
around that foundation. One of the programs I've created is called the Brilliant Manager, and that is for new managers or for managers with a new team. So really helping them understand not only what their gifts are, but then how can they use that to connect, collaborate, communicate with their team, and also with their other departments. And the other signature program that I created is PATH, which is purpose, action, time, and honor. This can be for a department or it can also be for an individual. So I have a lot of colleagues that like one-on-one coaching or they like group coaching. I like it both. So I have created some programs with the Clifton Strengths Foundation, but with my touch, supporting it around it to help people of any stage in their career.
Great. It's so wonderful. So, the last question of the day is, what is most inspiring to you today?
Oh, inspiring to me today. So that's so good. I'd say the thing that's the most inspiring me
Mhm.
is that we do have a great this life right now is fun. Just the fact that, we are meeting, we've never officially met before in person, but that we can have a connection from a LinkedIn, have a couple of conversations, and really build up this connection, and that these walls of time zones and location get to be broken down. That's what I
Yeah.
love about today.
Yes. Yes. Well, this was a great conversation. Of course, I knew it would be. And I really enjoyed hearing your stories. So, Jill, thank you so much for joining us today and inspiring us all.
Well, thank you, Jennifer. I appreciate it. And I look forward to helping more people uncover and untap their potential and use it in the way that makes them feel amazing.
Excellent. So, I, of course, encourage all of you who are watching to save the show, come back, listen to it again and again, because Jill really did have some really great nuggets that you guys need to tap into, as she said, because it'll really take you to that next level. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel so you can get notifications every time we have great conversations like this that drop. And of course, thanks to everyone who joined us today. And again, special thank you to Jill for being with us. We really appreciate it.